Alrighty, Grant. Pre-show shenanigans. You know, there's been a trend going around. We didn't address in the last episode. We didn't obviously only posted one time last week, so we couldn't really address it in either of the episodes. We only had one. But there's a question of how many people it would take to take on a gorilla, which is ironic because like a decade ago it was Harambe, and why would you ever think about the situation of taking on a gorilla? Why would you take on the gorilla? Now it is how do we take on the gorilla? But in honor of this debate, today we're going to do a draft, Grant. This is the pre-show. We're doing a draft today. 5 people. It's your Suicide Squad, your Expendables, Mission Impossible. 5 people are going to take on a silverback gorilla, and you want the best chance to defeat said gorilla.
Yeah,
Andre
stipulation
Iguodala,
must be
Laser being
real
pointed at.
people.
Yeah, they must be real people.
No character people either. You cannot pick Rocky or Apollo
No.
Creed
Has
or
to
Rambo, even though Rambo
to
might
be
not be the best pick. It's no weapons allowed.
Terminator is not allowed either,
Yeah,
even
no,
though
no
he is a
metal.
walking weapon. Has to be a real life person. So unfortunately, you would
We
have to
cannot
take
take
Arnold
RoboCop
Schwarzenegger.
either,
No,
even though
yeah,
he
no,
is
that
still
yeah,
technically
also
man.
yeah, yeah, no, also a man, yeah. So Grant, I'm gonna let you have the 1-1. We're gonna go 1-2, and
That's
then
gonna be a snake.
right back to you. Not a snake, not a snake. You're getting one. I go, then you go. No snake.
Okay.
We're just going.
So we're just okay.
Plain all. I'm at technical disadvantage, but I feel good with my picks. I feel good
right,
with
my number
my prospects.
My number one pick, the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. That is my 1-1. Give me Tyson. I'm
Fair.
He alone might scare the gorilla off. Alone might scare the gorilla off.
Yeah, Grant. With the second pick in the first round, I'm gonna take the mountain. Give me the mountain.
So we're taking TV show.
No, he's a real person, and his actual name that he goes by in the real world is
there's
the
3 actors that played the mountain. So can you specify which one you want?
The world class like weightlifter, big guy, the Norwegian.
Are we talking the scene where the mountain fights Pedro Pascal and kills him?
Yes.
Or are we talking the mountain when he fights the hound at the end?
No. The mountain that kills Pedro Pascal.
I think mountain at the end, who fights the hound, is the scariest.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't know that
like
actor though, and I'm talking
Darth
about
Vader.
He does, but I'm talking. The only one that I'm familiar with is the one that's in real life still uses the moniker of the mountain.
Okay, all right. So I opted for real life humans.
Mine is he is a real life guy. He's a world class weightlifter.
When you say the mountain, come on, the mountain.
Right.
We're all thinking Sir Gregor McLean. If I got that correct.
True. No, I mean it's. I could try to pronunciate his name. I don't know how to. Is why I said the mountain. It's half poor Julius Bjornsson.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head, right there.
We'll go with the mountain.
My number 2 pick. I'm going with John Jones. I truly believe if John Jones and any human in the history of mankind, any human in the history of mankind, and John Jones walk into a room, and no one leaves this room until one man is left. John Jones walks out of every single room. There is not one room where he would not walk out of if it was him and another man fight to the death. Winner gets to leave.
No, very
he
fair.
Would walk
very
out
fair.
every single room.
Bones is a very good pick.
So I'm going to take the most dangerous human, John Jones. It's going to get fun now, folks. But yeah. I'm kind of going in a different route to start. I'm building up like my barrier, my big human being barrier for like the gorilla. So they're you're building the mountain, quite literally.
Quite literally. Grant, with my second pick, give me the Big Show.
Okay, I was gonna say the Big Show is the next biggest person I can think of, and that is actually a very good pick.
That's who I was going with.
Very, very good pick.
Yeah.
Now I could pivot right here and take another WWE wrestler, but I'm not going to. I'm leaving that up to you if you want to go deep in the WWE route.
Okay.
My number 3 pick is Draymond Green. We're gonna take one of the most ferocious, aggressive instigators in the history of mankind. Especially he is a modern day gladiator in the wrong sport.
Yes, yeah.
So give me Draymond.
I was hoping he was going to slip. I was hoping he was going to slip.
Okay.
I was hoping he was going to slip. Grant, you know what? Give me the man who wrestles bears in his free time. Give me Khabib.
Had him on my list. Had him on my list.
My third
Specifically, overall. I had a 4-year-old Khabib Nurmagomedov because he beat a bear when he was 4. So that's what I had on my list. But that is a very good pick.
No, fair.
Not gonna dock you anything on that. That is a great pick. For my 4th pick, I'm going to take Ron Artest right after a random guy throws a drink at him during a random 2004 NBA regular season game. I'm gonna take Ron Artest in that moment.
That's in like the same vein as like the Leroy Jenkins guy. Yeah, like that. That's just morale. It's also just a morale build.
This 100-man versus gorilla debate has now extended. We're now all on the side. The 100-man would win. It's just you need to find 100 men who are down. And Ron Artest, immediately after a random guy throws a drink on him at a 2004 regular season NBA game, he is down to fight that gorilla.
That's a leader.
Oh,
right
he's
there.
running in first, and he is not getting like.
No, that's a leader.
Slapped, like literally, like dolls slapped across the room. Not Ron Artest. Not Meta World Peace probably getting slapped across the room.
Dennis Rodman though. I think he'd be okay.
He could be okay. Yeah.
He could be okay.
Well, if the gorilla tried to hit Dennis Rodman, he'd dodge it. Warm. Get around it. Get around it. Can't box him out.
Grant, with my 4th pick, I'm taking one of one. Give me Chuck Norris.
Oh, damn. That's really good. That is really, really good. That is really good shit. Yeah. Okay.
I was saving. I knew there's no way you were taking that. I was feeling great.
I have 2 guys listed right here that are real life people. They have both been cut off the list. Okay. I need some wow.
Hey, this is your last pick. This is it.
So I'm thinking WWE, BOD, Brothers of Destruction. I'm thinking of doing that, or am I going to go with the culture pick? That is the question.
Hey, what do you feel like you need right now? Hey, you got two massive fighters. You've got an absolute unit in Ron Artest. I don't remember who your 3rd pick was. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot. But
Draymond Green. Draymond Green.
You got the instigator. Like what do you need now? What is necessary out of your team?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I need a big body presence. I need an intimidating presence, one that strikes.
I think you need to call him in. I think
one that strikes fear into anybody's eyes. So without further ado, my fifth round pick is The Undertaker. Give me The Undertaker. I want to hear the gongs go off. That gorilla's gonna shit, not his pants. He doesn't wear
the
pants,
lights go
shit
out.
Down his legs. Yeah, no, cut the lights, hear the gong. Oh boy. Dude, yeah. I'm taking
Undertaker. That's like legitimately everybody else could be gone. Like that's like the Rejack from Black Ops 3. Just re-life coming back. Right
no, it's Painkiller from MW2.
Yeah, no, literally.
It's Final Stand, Last Stand. Okay.
Yeah. Grant, talking about Final Stand, Last Stand, there's a lot of guys I could go with here. Like John Cena would be one. I know, like you can't see me, right? But in reality, the Undertaker is not human. John Cena, the gorilla still probably would. The gorilla could see him. All right. Like, unfortunately, we can't.
I think
play
that you can't see me thing only extends to humans.
Yeah, and specifically WWE wrestlers. Grant, I think I need a captain to govern this ship.
Okay.
There's only one man, Grant, that not who you're thinking.
Does his first name start with a J?
No, it does not.
You had an opportunity right there. You had an opportunity.
But I think I have one that's even better.
It could also start with an R.
It does not. Grant, to govern my ship, my captain, give me the man without fear. Give me Tom Cruise.
Oh, okay. Tom Cruise. All right. All 5'6" of him. You get every single inch.
That man he might get thrown immediately to the side of the wall. It might be over in an instant, but he will run first. He will be leading the troops right into battle with no fear in his eyes. He'll run right up that gorilla. All right. What happens next?
Okay.
I don't know.
But I think that's a solid pick. I think it's a solid pick. I'm trying to think of just a couple more like movie characters because I wasn't thinking that at all. And if I gave myself
Tom Cruise is a human being, you know. I mean,
no, but we're specifically thinking Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise,
well,
come
his
on,
yeah, but his stunts
I'm giving
he's
you
doing
points
in
here.
that.
I'm giving you points.
Fair.
We're thinking,
fair.
am I Tom Cruise?
No, I mean, yes, objectively,
honest,
yes. We're thinking he's jumping off a mountain with the bike.
Really into the Mission Impossible franchise.
They're good. They're
like,
good.
I've gotten into it.
I have to see the new whatever one just came out.
I was a big fan of the last one. I think it came out a year ago.
Yeah, a couple people though that on my list that didn't make it, Grant. Just some honorable mentions. I'd like to go.
Yeah, I had
here.
real people, so they're not fun.
Yeah.
But I can.
Well, no,
I
do have some fun honorable mentions.
No, yeah, I want to hear yours. People. Yeah, I don't really have many. Good ones,
Aaron Donald on there. The Rock is on there. I had Vontaze Burfict on my list.
Very good. That's elite. That would have been an elite pull.
When you were talking about Draymond, I really wanted to go Vontaze next.
If
but
you could have
Chuck
matched
Norris
me
was just
right
too good.
There. Yeah,
Chuck Norris was just too good.
You're right. You could have matched
that also,
me right
that was
there,
in contention over Tom Cruise though, but I needed that leadership aspect. You know, Tom Cruise will subject them to the necessary training to get them ready.
I can see Chuck Norris putting down his swords if Tom Cruise is there.
Yeah,
no. If Tom Cruise is there, Chuck Norris is like, oh well, I'm right-hand man if Tom Cruise is here. I'm not the leader of this group. If Tom Cruise. TC's with us. Oh, what are we talking about?
Unfortunately, he's passed away. I had Bruce Lee on my list.
Yeah, when you said Chuck Norris, I immediately thought
that's where it went.
Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. Immediately I was thinking that.
I had Dustin Poirier.
Okay.
Sean Oakman is also on this list. Specifically him in the
Sean
Baylor
Oakman. Okay.
Specifically him in the Baylor uniform, the picture we all know.
I'm surprised neither. I texted it to you, but Maurice Pouncey immediately after Miles Garrett used Mason Rudolph's own helmet as a weapon.
Yes,
that
very honorable mention.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Also, Tim Tebow trying to save Dan Mullen's life. I believe it was Dan Mullen, right?
The determination of Tim Tebow when he selected the Florida Gators to quote save Dan Mullen's life.
Yeah,
yes,
no,
that is why he went to Florida to save Dan. Look it up.
The final honorable mention that I have though is Randy Orton RKOing the gorilla out of nowhere.
No, that's okay. I was thinking Mark Henry, world's strongest man.
No, when I said Big Show and you were thinking about other WWE,
I immediately thought Mark Henry right afterwards.
Yes,
but then I was like, I'm gonna go pander. I'm gonna go Undertaker. I'm gonna slightly more pander.
You have to.
The gongs. He is significantly more popular than Mark Henry.
Yeah, the gongs. The gongs are ringing.
Intimidation factor. But that's gonna do the pre-show. 100 men would beat the gorilla. Of course.
I think if it's random selection and it's like me and 100 of my closest friends, I think the silverback gorilla might beat the absolute crap out of us.
A group of 100, the first handful though. Oh boy. It's gonna be like
it's
gonna be like Donkey Kong playing Mario baseball, all right, and you are the baseball, okay.
Hey, we'll have a military salute. We'll be firing
21 gun salute.
21 gun salute. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's gonna rip the pre-show. We had to address that long overdue.
We did.
It was disgusting. We did. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. It is episode 312. And the first round of the NBA NHL playoffs have wrapped. We're gonna try to not talk about the NFL today because like the last 3 episodes, and there's only been like one
NFL is king.
All NFL.
There is some football stuff I do have to.
There
talk
is
about
some
today.
football stuff. You are correct. But MLB is in full swing also right now.
There was
I'm deep
one thing I did want to specify. I know MLB, obviously. However, the Kentucky Derby was this past weekend, Grant. And there is one fact for one specific greatest athlete of all time that we continually address on this podcast that I want to drop. Grant, every single horse this year in this year's Kentucky Derby, every single horse is a descendant from Secretariat.
Now, that is one of the most goated things I've ever heard ever. I think I might be able to one-up you, though.
Okay.
Now, there haven't been many of these, but every single Triple Crown winner in the history of horse racing have all been a descendant of Secretariat's dad. We need to look at Secretariat's papa All right.
Oh my God.
Because Secretariat's
you
dad
want to talk
birthed
about
every single triple or descendants of him. Triple
you
crown
want to talk about
winners.
fathers like making their kids athletes, Tiger Woods' dad, Serena
He's the most
Williams'
goated version
parents,
of Big Arch in the history
like
of
Arch,
fathers.
and all these fathers, like LeBron willing Bronny to the league. We all have all these fathers. None of them top Secretariat's dad based on that
I
stat.
think Secretariat's dad might genuinely be the most influential species that has ever walked this earth. Okay,
Yeah,
individual species.
He is no. The dad legitimately should be designated as his own species by the breeds that he's provided.
Yeah, but the Secretariat stats going around. But when I heard the Secretariat dad triple crown descendant stat, I was like, okay, we got to trace it back just one. We got to go back one notch on the family tree. Who is Secretariat's dad? He better have had a sick name. Like I thought the horses this year, they were all abstract objects. It was like journalism, sovereignty, just abstract concepts. All right. Like that was the name.
Grant. Do you want to know his name? I have it.
All right.
Grant, Secretariat's dad's name is the Bold Ruler.
That is so much sicker than Secretary. I mean, so much cooler than Secretary. The Bold Ruler.
The Bold Ruler from Something Royal.
All right. I mean, that's the sickest name ever. The only thing that competes with that is The Undertaker and Rey Mysterio. That is it. Okay. Like that is so sick. The Bold Ruler, like
the Bold Ruler.
They were like, "Yo, this guy's got mad potential."
They knew what they were up. They knew what they were up to when they were like, "Oh,
like, yo,
hold on, wait a minute." But yeah, no. If you listen to this podcast enough,
what a name!
If you listen to this podcast enough, Secretariat is the greatest athlete of all time. The greatest athlete of all time,
of any species,
of all time. Period. Of any species, of any sport. Period. Mm-hmm. Secretariat.
We just happen to go to can we say, you know what? I think it is very safe to say racing, running. That was the first sport competition ever. I think that's pretty scary. So. Cavemen are running from dinosaurs. That was the very first game of race. Tag.
Yeah, some sport to some degree. Yeah. It was tag. Really, maybe for your life. But it was
the very first 1K or 5K. Were two cavemen sprinting from a T-Rex. Okay, that was the very first 5K. All right, and one man won, and the other, let's just say, did not live to tell the tale.
He's on the wall in that cave somewhere, though. His legacy was imprinted on the walls.
Oh, you kidding me? He took up so much real estate on that first cave that they drew on. He took up a lot of real estate. They were thinking about him for years, eons afterwards. You kidding me? But
living rent free.
Yeah, we're have to get into some sports now.
Hey, that was sports. Okay.
NBA playoffs have been something interesting so far.
Yeah.
The lake show. Not much of a lake show. Oh my goodness. It is tough to win basketball games when you don't have a full roster. Let's start there. Also, Luka Doncic, I love him. He might account for 45 to 50 total points a night when you count his points.
Defensive liability.
Points off his assists. But he might score you 40, 45, 50, but he's giving up 40 to 45 as well.
Yeah.
And,
equally balanced.
Yeah. He comes out with a 0 plus minus. All right. He comes out average. But the balance sheets, they match. But when you think of I'll quickly counter what I'm about to say, but when you think of an Anthony Edwards or a Tatum, or some of these other stars around, they also play really, really good defense. And if they have an off night on offense, they're always contributing on defense.
You know what that just made me think about, Grant?
Shohei Ohtani and that he needs to pitch the baseball.
Well, that's true. You remember it was an episode a couple of years ago, right around now. It was when the Wolves were playing, I think, the Suns in the first round, and you and I were recording in the unnamed interns office. And there's a clip on TikTok we posted, and I was talking about how Ant is a better playoff player than Devin Booker, I think it was. And I think I got eviscerated for that. Yeah, look who's laughing now.
Well, this is the one thing I'll say about Anthony Edwards. Like the one thing I'll give Luka is even on Luka's worst night, he's giving you 25, 7, and 8. Ant's worst night, he might be giving you 11 points like he did. But the T-Wolves won. So what can the Lakers say? But I will counter that. Though, like the thing about Luka and Jokic, despite being awful on defense, their floor, they're giving you 24, 7, and 8 no matter what. They can shoot 30% of the field. They're at least getting that. That's just what happens.
Yeah, no, true.
So there's that.
I will say though, I mean, no, yeah, it's also, I feel like it's a little bit different because, like, especially on those two teams, like, obviously Austin Reeves and LeBron are on the Lakers, but, like, Jokic, like, all right, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., gross, and Aaron Gordon. But, like,
Christian
compared to, like,
Brown's
the Wolves,
really good at basketball, too.
But my greater point is, like, on an average basis, I could be biased. Maybe you'll correct me, but like I feel like on an average basis across the board, there's more contributing players offensively on the Wolves than there are on either of
100%.
So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter as much if Ant has a shittier night because
yeah, the T-Wolves they can get by it. Like against that Lakers team. Oh yeah.
Also, by the way,
might be tough against the Thunder or the Celtics, but
true.
Hey, we'll worry about that when we get there.
Unbelievably soft move for the Lakers after the fact to be like, oh yeah, Austin Reeves had a pinky toe sprain. LeBron had
what do you mean? That's just
kneecap.
Rich Paul at his finest. That's just Rich Paul at his finest. Like that's just what Clutch gonna do.
Morbidly obese. Like I mean,
like did you guys know like Luka is actually considered obese on the BMI scale? So if you really think about the season,
not even saying impressive. That jokingly, like he is. I don't know what happened. Like he lost weight when he first came to the Lakers, and then I don't know what happened.
Well,
he
I just
in
think
and out or
it's
something.
ironic, but like in the Mavs run last year, like Luka was a great closer. Like he was. He'd give you 12 points in the fourth.
This was the other thing that I was going to say.
Games, but
every single time Ant, I think over the past like 3 years, the team that Ant has lost to, the player that has eliminated Ant, has lost to Ant the next year. Ant got eliminated by Luka last year, eliminated Luka this year. Year before that, got eliminated by Jokic, eliminated Jokic last year. The year before that, got eliminated by the Suns and Devin Booker, eliminated the Suns, KD and Devin Booker. Either was it last year or 2 years ago? So
yeah, that is true. I will also say though, like a lot of those players the year after their team was significantly worse. But you know what? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about that part? T-Wolves, very impressive. And like when you're considering they trade Cat in the offseason.
Yeah.
Dump Cat, which I think is a good move. Like, dude, Cat's weird. Sometimes he's whapping it for the Knicks, but like
no, I agree. And also like overall,
the
like
guy's just
at the start of the season, I think there's a lot of complaints about Julius Randle. He wasn't doing too well. DiVincenzo wasn't doing too well, but they kind of found their groove. And I mean, Julius Randle's been really good since coming back off of injury. And also just for the playoffs itself, the team's just constructed so much better because Julius Randle's way more physical than Cat is. And now you have players coming off the bench like DiVincenzo who can play. So,
yeah,
overall,
I was never
helps.
that big of a fan of Cat. Like when the Knicks trade for him, I was like, I think they're gonna regret this when Cat puts up a stinker in a playoff game. But the T-Wolves as a team, they are a great team. Their starting five is it Mike, Ant, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, and Rudy.
Julius Randle.
Oh yeah, Rudy. Randall. Randall. Not Naz Reid, but Naz Reid comes in. He's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like they have a very good like team. You know?
Currently down by 12 though.
It's game
at the time of recording this. Yeah, I mean it is. But anyways, no, I I do think the Wolves overall are in the best position that they can be right now to make a run for the finals because I mean you get through the Warriors, next team up like
You're going
probably
to beat the Warriors.
probably the Thunder next team up, and that's a welterweight battle. I don't know if they come out on top there, but like it's gonna be that way either way. So this is gonna be your best opportunity.
Yeah, Thunder's they're being interesting. Cavs just lost. Halliburton hit a buzzer beater. Indiana up 2-0 right now in their series.
They just lost. Wow.
Yeah, like 7 minutes ago, Halliburton hit a game winner.
Yeah, he took the overrated thing very personally.
Yeah, I will say that I actually think this opening round is, or now we're on to round two, pretty electric so far. NBA playoffs. In my opinion, I thought Clippers were going to get it done. Nuggets got it done. Other than a couple of East matchups are interesting. Overall though, East.
I mean,
Indiana's making it interesting right now though. They're making it interesting. I would imagine it's going to be 2-2 going back to Cleveland game 5.
Yeah, so I mean Celtics also just lost to the Knicks too. Like that, I mean, that's gonna make it a little bit more of an interesting series than a possible sweep. So
yeah, no, OT game. And I know we're an anti-New York pod right now, with last World Series, but at the end of the day, we're always anti-Boston. So we are Knicks fans.
Yeah, no. Look, I'll say this. Like I think I've been very outspoken about the fact that I'm more of a Kobe Bryant fan than I am a Lakers fan. And I was kind of more so cheering for the Wolves this past series than I was the Lakers, and that's kind of also because they were the underdog. But if there's one thing, period, of any capacity, if you liked any player on the Lakers, if you've liked the Lakers at all, one thing you pick up, period, is fuck Boston and with the Celtics. So like that is one thing unanimously that always basically anybody else over the Celtics.
Can't strip that away from you, you know? That's ingrained in you.
Yeah.
Like we had Lakers Celtics finals back to back when we were 7 and 8 years old.
Hey,
like,
I remember walking down from that blacktop from that top court. We're getting ready for our like walkthroughs for a graduation ceremony. We're all thinking we're talking about like Paul Pierce and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, and I'm over there
fond memories.
Sitting there just like Sasha Vujacic is my favorite player. Shut up, nerd.
God.
But that was the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, that's more attention than we've normally given the NBA during the playoffs.
I will say though, as the playoffs are going on, more teams in it than I said. I was thinking.
I agree.
Probably a Thunder, Celtic. Well, actually, I was thinking Lakers were gonna make it. Obviously, that died fast. Now it's like T-Wolves, Thunder. I don't think the Warriors can make it to the finals. Going to be honest. Maybe they could beat the T-Wolves, but I don't think the Warriors could beat the Thunder. And
what if the Nuggets surprise everybody and beat the Thunder?
If the Nuggets beat the Thunder, then they're going to the finals. Like
That's just kind of the vibe. It's vibe pick.
Then they're going to the finals if they do it, but I don't know if they will. But isn't that crazy though? They fired their head coach like what, a month and a half ago?
I don't know. That's crazy to me. I also I'm putting this on record now. I don't know how I would physically respond if the first championship in Minnesota in 25 years is won by the Wolves. Like in male sports. Sorry, in male sports. Oh, wow. In male sports, the Lynx had a dynasty. I'm gonna give respect. But in male sports, if it is the Wolves,
okay.
While the Vikings have been competitive for like every year of their existence, more or less, and the Wolves have not.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I have the order correct on Minnesota fandoms. 1 is Vikings, 2 is Wild, 3 T-Wolves are twins.
You know what?
Let me think. It's the Twins. 3. It's the Twins. 3. No.
Are you talking about for the state of Minnesota?
Yes.
Or me? Because I was going to say,
the state
I'm not
of Minnesota. The state of Minnesota.
I would probably say, like, that's also the thing. Like,
but Vikings is still over Wild.
Yeah, no. Like, obviously, state of hockey, like, so Wild are up there, but it's kind of interesting because,
Wild
like,
at 2.
I feel like the average person like pays more attention to basketball, but when the playoffs are on, Wild just surpasses essentially anything else that's on.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But
Like I
Twins
think most of my
T-Wolves,
well, I think here's the thing. Like if you use my friends from Minnesota as like the microcosm to look at, it'd probably be Vikings, T-Wolves,
yeah. No. I'm thinking Minnesota as a
Wild,
state.
Twins.
We're talking every single
But as a
citizen of the
state,
state of Minnesota
yeah,
today, right now,
as a
May
state,
6th.
probably Vikings, Wild, Wolves, Twins.
Still Twins bat. Okay. All
Because I
right.
just
Okay.
the Twins. Well, the problem is the Twins. If this was like Bomba Squad 2019, Twins would probably be two. The
Yeah,
problem is
sure. Sure.
the ownership has just absolutely dilapidated the ability of the Twins to do anything, and they suck
Sure.
every year.
But yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. And I don't. There's not much to talk about for the Wild. Talking about NHL playoffs and hockey.
Last
But
little fun fact.
hockey playoffs electric though with the Jets.
I got one last fun fact of the day for the NBA. Shout out Barry Everett.
Okay.
Did you know the Warriors are 11-3 all time in playoff games when Steph has missed the entire game or left early with an injury?
Are 1-3?
11-3.
All right. Well, don't tell me
They
that.
are significantly better without
I don't
Steph
like that.
Curry than with. This
you know
isn't
what
a
just
T-Wolves.
happened in
this
this
is a
game,
Steph
right?
Curry.
But
Everett, that's why I'm saying it right
yeah,
now.
no, I just
know
wanted to
Steph
make sure.
Curry
I just
went
wanted to
out.
make sure.
But Everett, what if I told you the key to the Warriors winning the series is for Steph Curry to not play?
Now, can I ask a clarifying question? Is there like year periods like on this tweet, or is it a general
As
stat?
long as Steph Curry has made the playoffs ever, he's only been a Warrior. So
I know, but I'm more so like
11-3.
because I feel like if those stats have come from a longer period where like KD and Clay were available, then I'm not as concerned.
Well, I mean,
That's
those
more
were
so my
those were
point.
in it too. But if you think about when Steph was on his KD Clay runs, he was never hurt. It was KD or Clay who was hurt. Steph played in every single one of
True.
those games.
I mean, very, very, very true. Yeah, don't enjoy hearing that stat.
I was
that's
just doing
great.
this to crap on Steph Curry. That's why I brought it up.
fair.
It had nothing to do with the Timberwolves.
fair. But
I honestly forgot you were playing them, to be honest.
yeah, unfortunately,
It was Steph Curry stat.
Timberwolves are currently playing them, and currently Steph is hurt, so we'll see. I also forgot they have Buddy Hield. I did not remember.
He dropped
that.
like 34 the other night.
Yeah,
Big
Grant
night.
Anthony
Big
Edwards 0 for 8 through the second quarter.
So yeah, he can put up stinkers on him.
Yeah,
Liable
not
to
a
it.
single point. Not a single point.
Oh, goose egg.
okay.
Ooh, I thought
Yeah,
I thought you were
goose egg.
telling me
Not even,
like
like,
5 or
fouls.
6 free throws or something.
No, not even fouls.
Huh,
Currently,
huh.
goose egg, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Oh no, he does have one. Wait.
Potentially.
No.
But all
no,
right,
he's not.
MLB
He doesn't
update.
have really good ones.
MLB update. Then we'll wrap up. MLB
He wrap
update.
with some NFL. Yeah.
First MLB update. Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball, and it's really not close at all. He's batting .412. He has a 500 on base percentage. All right, half the ABs he gets on base. 770 slugging. A 1275 OPS through the first 36 games. He has a 3 WAR right now. He's on pace for a 15 WAR season. Great season out of Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
He's the best player in baseball. Second best player in baseball, it's Pete Alonso, the Polar Tundra. He's also been unreal right now. Absolutely smashing it. He is, I would say, he should certainly be the MVP NL favorite right now. I'll be honest though, just being a Dodger, like this isn't Dodger fan talking, but it's just like a Dodger's gonna find a way to win MVP. We'll get there when we get there. We're not worried about that now. But
you want to know what my current? I just want to lobby out a current pick, Grant. I'm just gonna lobby out a current Dodgers pick. It's gonna be Mookie Betts.
For MVP,
yeah.
Who should the MVP should have been? Mookie.
Well, I'm saying if it's going to be if a Dodger finds their way to be the MVP, my current bet is Mookie Betts.
I would go with Shohei Ohtani personally.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't think Mookie can. I literally don't
I
think
was
he
just
can
trying to have like an
Yeah.
outside, like,
Now,
just
if
a
you want to be
non-traditional pick.
lit right there, you would have given me Yama right there, best pitcher in the
Oh, very
MLB.
true. Cy Young. Cy
Best pitcher in
Young.
the MLB,
Cy
Yoshinobu
Young.
Yamamoto. Wow, this I wasn't aware. Well, he's got lowest ERA in the MLB. He's got a
Currently
point
sub.
nine.
Yeah, I was gonna say currently sub one.
Yeah, he's got a point nine. Also in strikeouts per nine. This is big. Like if he gets good at striking out guys, then he's scary. He's currently sixth in the MLB in strikeouts per 9 innings. That is very good. At 11,
well, Grant,
that's elite.
Coming up on the books real quick, Yamamoto. Well, actually, he won't be able to face both of them, but Yamamoto will face either one of Pete Alonso or Aaron Judge in the coming weeks.
Yeah, that'll be coming up
too,
soon,
which will be great.
But Yamamoto's been unreal, and it's the strikeout numbers which really gets me excited because when he was lights out, winning Triple Crown in the Japanese league, it was the strikeouts. Like he's not the 100-mile-an-hour thrower or that. Well, rookie isn't even throwing 100 anymore, but he's not the power throwing strikeout guy you think. Like when you think strikeouts, other than Clayton Kershaw, the GOAT, when you think strikeouts, you think a guy pumping 100 with a disgusting curve. Yama isn't pumping 100, but he's still top of the league in strikeouts, and that makes him horrifying. If he's a control pitcher at the end of the day, he's got a good pitch mix right now, like 6 pitches, but he's also striking dudes out. Oh shit. Now it's really scary.
Yeah, whatever Yamamoto figured out for the playoffs last season has carried fully over into this year, which is great.
Yeah, no, he has been lights out unreal. Pretty good considering Glasnow and Snell are both hurt. That's just Dodger pitching.
Glasnow.
Remember start of the year? I don't remember if it was you or when someone were like, "Why are we signing more starters?" I'm like, brother, half of them are going to be on the IL.
Well, no, we were talking about how we had too many pitchers, but like that was a good problem because people. No, but hurt.
I was saying all offseason, you need to enter the year with 10 starters.
Yeah,
especially us.
I mean, also the average age of the Dodgers starting rotation is like up there because Glasnow and Snell and Kershaw are all pretty old. So, but also like, I don't think it's possible for Glasnow to play more than like 10 games in a regular season.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's never done it ever in his career. I don't know why the Dodgers think suddenly he's going to do it now that he's 31.
I would just shelve him until the playoffs.
No, yeah. I mean, I was like, as a joke, I was like, don't let him pick up a baseball till after the All-Star break. He's not allowed to pick up a baseball until after Labor Day. That is when he's allowed to return to the team because we need you pitching in October. Landon Nat can't be pitching bullpen games. I thought we learned this lesson. No, we're just going to go through another. I mean, the regular season was already going to be bad. Even if we sat last time. Now it's bad, and then the future is also grim. So then you're just like, well, shit. Now we're dumping prospects for a start.
I really wouldn't be surprised if we managed to package up Bobby maybe for some pitcher at the deadline.
Yeah, I mean that or one of the AA boys that pumps 100. We got like 7 starters for 100 in AA. So I mean, shit. Like, but yeah, we don't think they're good enough to be called off. Clearly, so might as well ship them off. They're already like 27 years old. Like, why are they sitting there? This is your maximum value right now. If you, I
know, Outman's currently playing, but like maybe he gets packaged too with somebody to.
Well, like Teo just hit DL.
I know he's on DL for a minute, and I know
that
that Tommy is on the DL too. But
yeah, they're both on DL. Michael Conforto's the worst baseball player I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's still 0 for like 25. Like
he got a hit last night.
Okay. Yeah, no. When I saw CT3 was in the lineup the other day, I got very concerned for the offense.
Dude, dead ass right now. CT3 needs to be starting in outfield. Like, I don't care if he doesn't get a hit. Like, dude, Conforto's defense. For my 7 through 9 hitters, it's great if you get a hit, but at the end of the day, I'm not expecting shit out of you. But if you make an error, you're dead to me for life. If you're my 7 through 9 hitter, you can never make an error. And you know that. You can't make an error if you're the 8 hitter. You're already going over. You can't also make an error.
Pages didn't know that to start the year though.
Hey, Pa's heating up right now. That's the second best hitter on the team right
he
now.
figured it
So
out. He did figure it out.
no
But to start the
Paz
year,
slander right now. Hey,
start the
he
year.
is nice. We're not slandering anyone who's nice at baseball right now. If you're nice at baseball, you don't get slandered on this pod. He's nice.
Not fair. All right, great. Just something to wrap the episode up with. I want to talk about some football stuff because I think these are points you can probably talk on. The first thing, Brant, I have two things relating to your Michigan men, both technically related and unrelated. The first being Jim Harbaugh has said, and I quote, "I woke up the other day and said I got to get Justin Herbert to the Hall of Fame." Just a little nugget right there. You like to hear that out of your Chargers coach. But the bigger thing, Grant, that the thing that I think you'll be more interested to talk about, Sharon Moore, Grant, and Michigan football have elected to self-suspend Sharon Moore for weeks 3 and 4 as punishment in the advanced scouting case. They got to choose which games he was going to be suspended for. I don't know what team they play there.
I believe it is Nebraska and High Point.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe App State. And hey, knowing Michigan's history, that's really fair, extremely fair to then train for that game. Yeah, the University of Michigan, per usual, they're just being Michigan men. I also love seeing University President Santa Ono leaving the university to go to Florida. Very, very interesting to me. Not a Michigan man. Santa Ono is not a Michigan man. No Michigan man would ever turn their back on a university as great like the University of Michigan. No true Michigan man has ever left the University of Michigan, especially not one Jim Harbaugh. No Michigan man would ever turn their back on their own university. You think a Michigan man like Jesse Minter would ever leave the great University of Michigan? Hell no. What are you on if you think a Michigan man is going to leave? No, but we're seeing Michigan men on full display. There's nothing like the most self-centered, arrogant, I am holier than thou people on the planet than Michigan men. Unfortunately, I had a dinner experience this past weekend with a older Michigan man. And
unfortunately,
let's just say, boy, was that something, being told how much worse I am at life than him. A 60-year-old man talking to me, by the way, how much worse I am at life than him for Ohio State. And to him, I respond, well, at least I don't cheat to get things in my life like you. But hey, we're not worrying about that old fart who really pissed me off over the weekend. It's Michigan men at their finest. But Everett, my one question about back to football. Sharon Moore, now Michigan is self-imposing a 2-game suspension.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, the last time Michigan did this, they self-imposed Jim Harbaugh to a multiple game suspension. Do you remember the punishment that the NCAA gave Jim Harbaugh afterwards?
No, actually.
No, a full year suspension show cause from college football if he were to ever return.
Oh, that's right.
So, Sharon Moore, we'll see exactly what his role was. I don't know about you, Everett, but deleting 55 text messages just minutes after the Connor Stallions news initially leaks for quote, because I was so appalled he would do this to this university. I don't know about you, but that doesn't. I feel like I personally would delete 55 text messages if I was really, really implicated. Maybe telling Connor Stallions to go on these recruiting.
I mean, I'll be honest.
Maybe he's the one who made the itinerary.
This seems more like an attempt by Michigan to show they're being cooperative and be like, let's try and mitigate how bad. Well, yeah, I know, but it's more so mitigating how much the NCAA is going to impose on them when they do bring down the ban hammer. It's not going to matter. The NCAA is not going to be like, oh, you guys already punished your coach. We're going to go easier on you. No, they're not going to.
If Michigan multiple years ago should have done their suspension. They publicly fought it. No, Santa Ono, student body president, not only condoned cheating as a university, He actually championed it. He rewarded them. He claimed they're true Michigan men because they cheated. That's the epitome of Michigan men right then and there for you folks. That's it right there. They told it to your face.
I'm just curious.
Just told it to your face. They do not give a shit. They are better than you, and they
from an Ohio State fan perspective, from your knowledge of college football, your limitless knowledge of college football and the history of college football, Grant. What do you think the punishment for Michigan for Sherrone Moore will end up looking like, or should end up looking like?
Well, if it's going to be fair, okay, this is what Ohio State received when Jim Tressel was caught lying about his players receiving tattoos, which they exchanged for game clothes and jerseys. So, hey, awful. Talk about disgrace to the great state of Ohio. You sold your memorabilia for Ohio State Block O tattoos. Shame on you. Shame on you. You tattooed the Ohio State O. Classless. But let me just tell you the Jim Tressel Ohio State NCAA punishment. Let me just look it up real quick.
Get the whole thing.
I need to confirm.
You need to evaluate it.
So this is the first thing. Jim Tressel was Ohio State fired Jim Tressel. The NCAA was about to but Ohio State, they fired him first. Just want to get that.
Clear it out.
Fired him when we were told he broke. And remember the rule he broke.
Disgusting
Everett.
Act. Disgusting
he
act.
lied about his players receiving a damn
Disgusting act.
Sick.
Disgusting.
I mean, I can't think of a worse example of clear, direct on-field results cheating than that. I mean, that directly impacts the results of football games. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? You don't know how football works.
That's worse than Ray Lewis taking horse tranquilizers.
You don't know ball.
It's worse than Ray Lewis taking horse tranquilizers. Way worse.
But that was the first. Ohio State fired him. Next, 5 players on Ohio State were suspended for 5 games. Sorry. Jim Tressel, he was banned from NCAA for 5 years.
Nice.
I didn't catch that detail. 5-year ban. 5-year ban. Over that 5-year, they ended his career, Everett. That's what that is. That's what they did.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The players were suspended. 5 players were suspended. Ohio State vacated all wins from the 2010 football season. They had a 1-year playoff ban, and they had a reduction in athletic scholarships. If this was fair, this was fair. Now
that's where you start.
This is a school institution-wide thing. So it's not just Jim Harbaugh who had knowledge of this. It was Jesse Minter, and Jesse Minter's already been handed his show cause. Clinksdale, another Charger staff member, he's also been handed his years-long suspension from the NCAA. Moore's up next, and if they don't, I'm saying, obviously the wins are vacated. Obviously they're going to be vacated. Why don't you guys look up Blake Corum LLC? That was filed under him and Connor Stallions. That wasn't legal. That seems like impermissible benefits. A player who wasn't eligible to play. But no, stupid Ohio State fan. You don't know how this works. What an idiot. Blowhio loser. No. There better be. Wait, what was it? 3 years of shit? No. I want 3 years wins all gone, erased. I want 3 years gone. That natty. Oh yeah, it's obviously.
So basically, every game they've beaten against Ohio State, every season,
every game from 2022 to 2024, the 3 years that Michigan were competitive, my entire lifetime. Yeah, no. I want those 3 years removed. The only time in my life Michigan was relevant is because they're cheating. And I had, for 4 years, had random ass people texting me being like, God, Ohio State sucks. And I'm just sitting there just like, I just have to take it.
You should get compensated for getting COVID because they beat you.
Yeah, my body literally developed a sickness because of it. No, and it was all because they cheated. I'm a little upset, Everett. No, I'm a little bit upset. that the only time they've been relevant in my life is because I'm a little angry.
Let me ask you this, because the NCAA is definitely going to be super fair towards Michigan, in the biggest air quotes of all time.
Oh, I think they are actually going to be relatively fair. If this was Ohio State, though,
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
you would be in Guantanamo.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying because it's Michigan, they're going to be legitimately probably as light as possible.
Yeah, they're going to let them off 100%.
But let's say
Ohio State, they would have flayed and displayed Ryan Day like House Bolton. All right.
If heads are on the spikes outside of the outside the gates,
worse than that. Little Brand,
yeah, with House Bolton,
Brand,
yeah, with House Bolton,
not gonna be much.
Yeah, it is worse. God, Ramsey. But as an Ohio State fan, Grant, assuming the NCAA is gonna not do all of that, if you had to choose one thing, Sharon Moore being suspended for 5 years, their wins being vacated, them having an NIL reduction,
if you were to do anything
reduction, what are you gonna do? What would you want?
Postseason ban / scholarship reduction. I don't give a shit about vacating the wins. You can never erase me seeing Michigan win the. You were there with me. You can never erase that memory. But what you can do is restore order to college football and return Michigan back to what they always have been. And hey, they probably don't need the athletic scholarship reduction to go back to being Michigan. They already showed you what happened last year. But no. We need to be punishing people who literally cheated the game.
For them to go back to Michigan, they would have
had punish people who cheat the game.
For them to go fully back to Michigan, they would have had to lose to Ohio State last year. So we're still working on it a little bit. They're ironing out the kinks a little bit to go back to full Michigan level. But
yeah, you see, this is the thing. Like, right? Yeah, this is what I got to live with right here. People like you out here. No. All because they started cheating. Yeah, no, I'm done with this shit. Whatever. OHIO. You guys. If you want to see what a real national champion does after winning the Natty, go look at Ohio State's recruiting class 2026. All right. There's levels to this, folks. There's levels.
It's an onion. You got to peel it back. Yeah,
if you want to see dominance. Huh? Yeah.
Do you think we'll hear
Jeremiah? I think he turns 20. Does he turn 20 next season?
20. No, yeah. Ryan Williams was 18. Jeremiah should be turning 20.
Turns 20 end of November. Yeah. So
there you go. Do you think that there'll be an answer for actual punishment before the season starts? Or do you think it's going to continue into next year?
No, after this season.
After the season?
Yeah, that's the time frame. Based on when Michigan suspended Harbaugh and went, it's gonna be a year from now.
I'm curious if the NCAA is gonna force them to move the dates that he's actually suspended into more meaningful weeks of the season.
I would doubt they do that. That's what. Hey, Michigan at least are aware. Michigan, they just admitted guilty.
They were like, hey, you're gonna suspend him anyways. You might as well just suspend him now.
Hey, and that's what that is standard practice at any other team facing that. You do self-suspend. Literally every other team ever does it. Ohio State self-suspended Urban after his shit with Zach Smith. I mean, that's the standard practice. Not at Michigan though. We fight the NCAA because we are Michigan.
Oh my god, that just made me think of Urban Meyer getting into a fight with Josh Lambo, the kicker in Jacksonville. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious. The only other thing that I had football related, Grant, was I'm assuming you saw this, was the Colorado fans suing the NFL for damages for emotional distress caused by Shedeur falling in the draft.
Didn't see that one.
We'll end with this because I think it's funny as fuck.
Didn't see that. No,
Grant, a Colorado football fan, a Buffalo football fan, sued the NFL for $100 million for emotional distress that he went through while watching Shedeur Sanders fall in the draft. Grant, the complaint says that the NFL, if found guilty, has to retract the slanderous statements made about Shedeur Sanders and issue him a full apology for any harm done to his reputation. They have to implement fair practices in the drafting process to ensure that talented players are recognized and given opportunity based on merit. He wants $100 million for the impact of the NFL's actions on his emotional well-being, and then just wants other damages and calls the NFL collusive for harmful statements making against Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, so Grant, this is Deion Sanders filing this, right?
It could have been Shiloh Sanders as well.
Possible. Or Deion Sanders Jr.? Is it Deion Sanders Jr. or Deion Sanders the third? The one that carries the camera around. They got really pissed at the ball boy. That one.
The oldest, yeah.
Yeah, the oldest, that one.
I think it's Deion Jr.
I'm feeling that.
That's good old DJ.
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. That I have never seen before. That's the most, that might be one of the most hilarious things I've seen come out of NFL draft.
I actually support that one. No, I'm with him. I will donate to the GoFundMe. I'm going to support that cause. That's a cause I can get behind.
I love that the whole thing.
The rallying cry, and I am calling the banners for you. All right. A lot of Game of Thrones references to
the whole thing is just like, hey, like you guys did Shedeur so dirty. He should have been a first-round player, which by the way, he never would have been. But he should have been like a first-round player. He had all the talent. And then, oh, by the way, because I had to watch him fall, please pay me $100 million. Not even like, give me like $50K, something that like you might be able to make reasonable. No, more than Shedeur Sanders has made in his career. Or Deion, probably for that matter, combined is what he wants in damages. Tell me the value again. $100 million, Grant.
Oh yeah,
go
what
get
company
your
is
bag.
Affiliated with this?
Go get your
Someone's
bag.
gained from this marketing. Somebody gained from. Obviously, it's not real, but somebody gained from just issuing that out. I don't know who.
Somebody. Shedeur Sanders, maybe.
There's a winner to this. Don't know who exactly.
Yeah, I really, somebody is winning. Somebody out there.
Actually, last thing I had to say.
It's Mel Kiper. It's Mel Kiper.
Last thing I got to say about the NFL. It is ridiculous that Abdul Carter is just asking Giants legends for their numbers. It is ridiculous, dude. Like, to ask Lawrence Taylor for his number. That's already like that is probably the most ballsy move any man could make in the NFL.
I commend that. Like you're like, hey, like outside linebacker, edge rusher, you're like, it would be an honor to have your number.
To be honest, if you're looking from that angle, Abdul Carter is probably just diet.
Yeah, no, close enough. Also,
Micah Parsons is literally just diet Lawrence Taylor.
He's not as good, but he's LT as a human being. Probably would like laugh you out of the room for even asking that question. No. He might slap you actually. Like he might get physical for you asking.
Maybe LT should have been in our list to fight the gorilla. Yeah, he probably would have been a pretty damn good.
pretty good selection there. Yeah, but going from LT and then just the next guy you asked
are like Calais Campbell. He would destroy that gorilla. Calais
Ray Lewis.
God. I just know Calais got that natural weight where I think he could stalemate the gorilla if they were
James Harrison, Grant. James Harrison.
Can we take James Harrison in a sweatsuit that he has sweat completely through in those workout videos?
It has to be. Right off of the bench press.
Beanie on.
Or a Haloti Ngata right off the bench press.
I'll take that one too. But the James Harrison, like fresh after a lift in a full gray sweatsuit, that is a dangerous man. That is a dangerous man.
Yeah, but going from LT to asking Phil Simms for his jersey, like, can you not just be okay with like a solid number of like?
Yeah, no, I know. Hey, he wanted to go with like the legacy numbers, which I'm going to applaud him for. That's sick. Like at the Penn State, that picture of him, Micah and LeVar Arrington, I love that shit. Lawrence Taylor, though, is like the GOAT. So like, that's a little different. But after you try 56 from LT, now, objectively speaking, 11 should be easier to get than LT should be the hardest number to get. So I can get it from that angle, but like, dude, you can't. We gotta go be your own player. Go be your own player. Get your own number, dog. And it's gonna be sick. You're just gonna sell a lot of jerseys. I'll be honest. It's gonna look great.
I always think 99, 90, both go hard.
I always love 90s for linemen. 90s, yeah, I'm just a fan of 90s. Let's keep it real.
Also,
like should be
55
80s should be just tight ends and receivers.
55, I think, is available. 55 would go pretty 50s hard.
Also, like 55. 52 is a middle linebacker, so you can't wear that.
No. 50 also middle linebacker.
54 is also a middle linebacker. You can't wear that.
55 though.
55, I feel like that's a hybrid.
That's edge rusher.
That's
like an edge.
I feel like I feel like it's anywhere. I feel like 5. You could see a Mike 55. You could see an outside 55.
A 58. 58's more of an outside guy, though.
Well, 58, you're a backup. 57, backup middle linebacker. That's what 57.
Well, no, 59.
59, you're hard. No, 59 hard as
you think it's hard?
Oh, okay. 59 hard as shit off the edge. Hard as shit off the edge.
But also though, like
58 and 57, backup.
I think Brian Burns is number 0 right now.
He's also such a backup number, but that is also there's a good amount of starters who were at
53. I think Kayvon has number 7. If I were Abdul Carter, just if you're gonna ask for anybody's number that you can,
I just know edge rushers should be like. This is one thing about Abdul Carter. He already looks really small when he's playing. Wearing 11, he naturally loses 10 pounds when you just look at his frame when you're wearing number 11. If he goes single digit and specifically 7, 4, 2, 1.
Oh, not 4. 4 is gross.
No, but he's going to look skinny. If he wears 8, at least it's the round numbers and you still got a little bit of illusion. That
if he wears anything in the 90s, he like gains 15 pounds.
No, yeah. Just not a teen, but he's not going to wear anything 20s, 30s. But 20 plus, you look bigger.
Don't
20s
tell,
maybe not, but 30s.
I was about to say, don't tell Matthew Golden that. Don't tell Matthew Golden that.
Single digits, you look skinnier. 11 is the skinniest number you could have on the football field. That obviously won, but 11, I swear, 11 looks skinnier than 1.
Grant, just one last thing. I'd like to end on talking about numbers and jersey numbers. Allegedly, take this with a grain of salt because it's from like an aggregator account. Allegedly, Shedeur Sanders' agent was up in arms over the fact that Shedeur was not able to wear number 2 for the Browns. The agent said that he believes there's no way anybody else in the Browns should be allowed to wear number 2 besides Shedeur. And he went as far to say that DeAndre Carter
has number 2.
DeAndre Carter does not deserve to wear it over Shedeur Sanders.
DeAndre Carter has 2. That's
because he's never worn the number before in the NFL in his career.
Wait, is that actually true?
It's from an aggregator.
Is he just wearing 2 for the first time?
But he's wearing 2 right now. I guess it's the first time he's ever worn it.
Chargers legend right there, DeAndre Carter.
Dude, oh my God, punt returner.
Yeah, he's a specialist, Everett. A specialist. Punt return. Got the number over Shedeur.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, unless there's anything else really to talk about, which I don't. Oh, I did see there's a report to the Chargers will be getting new helmets this season. Brant, they'll be getting new alternative helmets to wear with their with I guess a jersey combo.
Now I think technically the only alt helmet the Chargers had last year, it was just still the white helmet, but with like a blue outline bolt on the side.
That sounds like something the Chargers would do.
Yeah, and it didn't look good. Like, so
now, what I'm thinking is
sign
like
me
a
up
dark
for a new helmet. I'm
thinking like
helmet.
a dark blue, navy helmet.
Like a navy, dark blue. Yeah. I want a dark blue. With like a dark blue Charger is my favorite uniform. So
with like a baby blue, like lined lightning bolt with like the yellow inside, I feel like that would be pretty good.
That looks kind of like the Houston Texans alternate color scheme. The dark.
Oh no, that one's disgusting. That Texas one's gross.
I fear you're pushing us towards that.
I'm not. That's not the picture I had.
We can't go light blue on that bolt. It's got to be yellow.
I was saying like the outline of the yellow bolt was light blue.
I don't want any affiliation with those Houston Texans.
No light blue, period.
If we're going navy blues, there's no light blue. There's no baby blue in this.
All right.
Which is fine because we wear the baby blue so much. So it's fine.
The picture that I see is a dark, like that navy blue helmet with a yellow outline with a white inside.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of, which I don't love.
Really? Would you have white outside, yellow inside?
Yeah, it depends on the day you catch me when I see them. Depends what time of day. Depends if I had lunch already when I see it or not. A lot of variables go into whether I like that helmet. Right? When it comes to that jersey, though, doesn't matter the scenario. I will always love that. Always love that.
Oh, no, those always go very hard. Yeah. Which, by the way, you will be getting an Amarian Hampton jersey. I hope you're excited. That is your jersey.
So not excited about that. We're gonna have to go with we have to do some deciding. I may have to just go classic.
I mean,
I may just have to just send
it is on tape that you said you would take the jersey of the first round pick.
No, I had caveats in there.
Yeah, but Hampton did not fall into one of those caveats.
Maybe not like by name, but he certainly qualified the player of not sick at all. What the hell? No. Like we're going to like shit. Like Quentin Johnston might be getting this look before him. Like that's how desperate.
All right. That's
how desperate we are.
That's a little too far.
That's how desperate.
I would allow a McConkey jersey over.
Oh no, that was it. That was the McConkey.
I'd allow.
You would never change numbers, right?
Shit. McConkey? No.
15. Kind of seems like prime to change one day.
No. I feel like McConkey's got a 15.
I know Herbert's never changing. I know he's never changing.
You have to have a jersey that kind of stands out like a little bit. You can't be with the Herbert and the Herbert crowd.
Well, I don't know. I don't have any jerseys right now.
I think you need to get it. I would allow a substitution for a Dicker jersey. I would allow the substitution for a Dicker jersey.
That was it.
I will allow the substitution for. No, he will not. I will allow that substitution.
Wait, no, Dicker's not 1. That's QJ. What is he 9? Is he 9? What number is Dicker?
I don't know that.
11. Yeah, that's why I remember the 1.
Hey, Dicker. I mean, Dicker the kicker.
But a double digit kicker. Do those exist? Like, the NFL. In the NFL. College, you're not a college kicker unless you're 96. Okay, you're not a college kicker unless you're in the 90s. But
Janikowski, Godikowski was Janikowski?
You're talking Raiders.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Pretty sure he was
11.
Goated kicking number then.
Goated kicking number or the number that holy shit, that Abdul Carter is trying to steal off of a Giants.
Also the same number.
Yeah, that or a number that would make also Abdul way too skinny, and you need to look like you should add 5 pounds when you're playing. You'll be scarier. So you don't want to look thinner than you already are. He already looks small, in my opinion. He looks small on the field. That's just. I'm not saying that's going to limit him, but I'm saying let's make you look bigger. Let's make you look bigger.
Yeah, let's increase the size.
Let's not have me thinking nervous when a pulling guard comes to knock you out. Like, don't make me nervous for your like legs that they're gonna snap. He's got thin legs, which is good, athletic, but I'm worried he's gonna get rolled up on. He looks thin wearing 11.
Well, maybe he'll get a little 90. Bit more weight anyways, but I agree he should have a number in the 90s. He would
look hard in like 92. It'd be hard.
I could also see like a 97, like
Bosa's.
Like a 97 would go solid.
Yeah, you could just go Bosa route, but I think let's make you your own guy. I want to birth a new DN number. All right. I want a new number
would be
that
93 really would. I mean, 93's got nothing.
No, I know. And I'm worried that because it's already so far down the totem pole, not even Abdul Carter can bring it up. Like 92, 94, I can get behind. 96, is
there a 91?
Yeah. But I feel like the 92 for some reason is really speaking to me.
95
6
is Myles Garrett already,
too
though.
Fat.
Myles Garrett
that
is 95. Too, but
the 5, 6, 7's fine, but
98?
5, 6, 8, 9.
Is there a 90? Is there a 98 guy right now? Is there a 98 guy?
No, but no, that you look so
Aiden
fat.
Hutch is 97 right now.
No, yeah, we have established Bosa's 97 pass rush, but the 98 you look fat. The 9 and the 8,
Abdul Carter could use that, though.
But I don't want him looking like fat. Then he's gonna like literally lose a 1/10 of a second on his 40 time if he wears 98. 92, he's still thin, but now he's scary. Now he's strong.
Fair. He might have to go with 91. He might have to go with 91.
91 also plays.
Yeah,
like 91, 92, 94. I think you got to take one of those 3. Let's make a new DN number that the kids want to grow up and wear. Let's make a new number that they want to wear. Let's do it. Abdul, instead of following in people's footsteps, make your own number. That's the Abdul Carter number.
Yeah, but with that, we'll wrap up here. Ann is 1 for 11. Dear God. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars. You can find us on TikTok,
May
Spotify.
have been correct about that Luka more consistent on offense opinion at the start of the pod, but
yeah, that's it's not looking great. Yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and on Instagram at Waterboy Pod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett and at Waterboy Grant. We post new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe, turn notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and on Instagram. Check out us there as well. With that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.